All right, welcome back. In this lesson, we would learn how to design social media graphics, and we'll be doing something. We'll be doing this exactly this. Most of you might be familiar with this person, this face here, but this is what we want to achieve. And you can, after designing this, you can move it to any. You can make it anyhow you want it to be. You can probably put it in a mock-up, and this is also an ad, but this is different. So let's get started. So the first thing I want to do is come to my file, new, and we're going to create a new document. And for this example, I would be using 1800, or we could let's use 1080 by 1080. This is standard Instagram size, 1080 by 1080. I'll leave my resolution in 300 and I'm set. Click on create. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is to import my pictures as we've been doing in our previous videos, and I'll do that by clicking on file, new, file, open, and I want to locate that particular image, and I have it saved here, social media designs, images, and I'm going to import them, all of them, and open. Alright, this is going to be very easy, and I'll be taking it gradually so we can understand how it's done. So the first thing I want to do is, I have this particular texture here, and I have this texture. I'm going to drag this to my created canvas, and I think I'll need to resize it. By resizing it, all I have to do is click Ctrl T or Command T on the Mac, and as I showed you, you can resize from here. You can resize from here or anyhow you would like to resize, but this is my preferred method of resizing. Alright, I have this, and I click OK, and I don't need this anymore, so I'm going to close it. Don't save. The next thing I'll do is to bring this grass, this image. I already have everything cut out from the background and all, and so I'm just going to drag this here, and voila. Yes, so I'm going to convert it to a smart object. I click convert to smart objects, and I'm going to resize it. Command T or Ctrl T and resize here, somewhere around here, somewhere around, okay, so somewhere around here is perfect. I'll leave it and I'll drag it down. Next thing I'm going to do is, I'm going to close this. I'm going to bring the model, I'll bring him in, and here I'll place a picture here. This is looking so big. It's looking really big, so we have to resize it. And now I told you, before you resize any image, make sure it's converted to smart objects. So why do we have to convert to smart object before we resize an image? The reason is this: once you resize an image and you don't convert it to smart objects, now look at what's going to happen. If I resize this, watch. Let's say I've resized it like this, and I click OK. If I increase the size again, watch what happens. Find out that this picture, oh my god, this picture has lost its quality. Like, it's so blurry, and you can't use it for anything again. So don't do that. Instead, convert to smart objects. Yes, so Control Z to undo and convert to smart objects, like so. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to resize it. Command T or Control T, resize this image here. Resize it a little. So once you have something better, you can. Okay, I'm still going to resize it. So once you've gotten something okay, you can leave it and press OK. So I'm going to push this towards the edge. And the next thing I'm going to do is bring in this picture where I have a grass. So I'm going to send all these pictures to you. You're going to have them so you can use it to practice. So I'm going to drag this here and in front of him, of the model. Okay, this is what we have right now, and we are getting closer to the end of this particular lesson. So I'm also going to convert to smart objects and resize as usual. Resize here till I have what I want. I'm going to resize this. Now the whole idea is trying to make it look realistic. Okay, trying to make it look realistic. And now it feels like it's behind this grass, right? So in most cases we might want to blur the grass, and because the focal point is on the model, so we might want to blur the grass, but I'm not going to blur the grass. I'm just going to leave it like this. I'm going to add a black overlay on it. Create a new layer, click on this to create a new layer, and then I taught you how to use your gradient tool. Simply click on this or type G on your keyboard, and then it brings out your gradient tool. So I have my my neutral density set, so I'll drag from this place, holding my shift, I drag. Alright, this is what I want to achieve. I want it to have a dark feel. Okay, now the next thing we would want to do is let's bring in some lightings. First let's drag this model up a little, like so. Perfect. And let's bring in some lightings, and by doing that I'm going to create a new layer. As I taught you earlier, you are going to choose from your foreground color. I want to select this as the color that I'll be using and click OK. Alright, and click on my brush tool here. Increase the size of the brush tool somewhere around 4 to 8 is fine. Okay, so I'm going to do this. I just wanted to have this effect, this light effect on the subject. So now I'm going to use my blending mode on this layer and change it to screen, and this is what I want. It's now on screen. I'm going to drag it a little, Command T, and drag to increase the lights. After this, click OK, and this is the little effect we have, and this is the before and the after. Okay, so you can also duplicate this by this layer, my light layer, and duplicate it by holding your Alt key and drag it down. And so we can also have it here, somewhere around here. Alright, somewhere around. Let's drag it up a little. No, it's not really good. Command Z, Command Z. Okay, somewhere around here is fine, it's perfect for me. The next thing I'm going to do is to add my tests here. T, and then change this to white. change this to white, yeah, and invests in. Alright, okay. Click here and increase the size of the text. Let me reduce this to make it regular. Alright, this is invest in. Let's leave it at 20. Click on this and drag it down. Now it looks more like it's resting on the landscape here. It looks more like it's resting on the landscape, but then we're going to make it look more realistic after now. So duplicate this text, hold your Alt key and drag this down. Exactly. Now we're going to make this invest in farming, yes, farming, like so, and click OK. Alright, for farming we're going to increase the font size, make it thicker. Exactly, this works. I might have to reduce to probably 18, or let's make it 19, and we're good to go. Now, using the principles we learned earlier, I told you that when light is being casted from behind an object, the shadow is formed in the opposite direction. So we have to make this look more realistic. Invest in farming, we have to make it look like it was actually resting on the farmland, and this is how we are going to do it. Okay, I'm going to reduce this. Let's reduce the spacing in the letters a little, and let's increase this to 21. Alright, this is fine. Now I'm going to click on my invest in this layer. I am going to duplicate it. You can duplicate by using your Alt and drag down, as I taught you earlier. You can also duplicate by pressing Command J, like J for job, to duplicate. So I'm going to change this to black, pure black, and like so, and OK, and I'm going to convert it to a raster layer. I'm going to rasterize this type like so. After doing that, I can now play around with it, and this is what I'm going to do. Command T, and once you've done that, right click on this. Please follow this step carefully. Right click on this and distort. Once you're done, drag, hold Command or Control and drag this like so. Drag this edge as well. Drag like so, to form our shadows. Perfecto. So this is how we form the shadows gradually. Form the shadows like so, and once you're done, just try and make sure it's really good. And you're also done, click on OK. Now this is my concern. It's not really looking realistic. Why? Because there's something we've not added, and that's the blur feature. So I'm going to turn this to a smart object, convert to smart objects, and click on filter, blur, Gaussian blur, and I want to make this probably somewhere around 2.9 is fine. Let's make it 2.9 is fine. I'll click on OK, and I'm going to do the same for the farming. Command J, and change this to black. Exactly. And rasterize type, Command C, right click, distort, Command or Control and drag this point like so, drag it like so, and drag it towards this direction, okay, and we're good. Okay, let's move this a bit here. Alright, so I'm going to do the same thing here. Right click and come to Smart Objects, Filter, same settings that we used, Gaussian blur. Well, this time around, let's increase this to 3.7, perfect. And we would reduce the opacity. I would like to use 50 for this. Or from 30 is fine, okay, 30. And this I'm going to reduce this to somewhere around 40. And I'm good to go. And I'm good to go. Alright, so just in case you feel the shadows are not really like good, now you can drag this down so it is behind the main text farming. If you think the blur is too much, you can reduce it, and you can reduce the blur and try and make it fit like so. Alright, so I'm also going to drag this down so it's behind the main text like this, and we have something realistic. Exactly. So now it feels like the text is resting on the farmland or the landscape, whatever you might want to call it. Alright, so the next thing I did here was to add another text. Very simple, you can just do it on your own, but quickly let's just rush into it. Drag this to duplicate. I'm going to duplicate this layer like so, and change the text color to green. Yes, I want to use green. Okay, and what I just did was type "don't leave me." Don't leave your money in the bank. Money in the bank. Yeah, don't actually leave your money in the bank. Invest in farming. Okay. I'm going to change this to auto. We'll probably make it somewhere around 14 or 16 is fine. Well, let's make it 18. Alright, here reduce the spacing 50 minus 50, reduce the size to probably somewhere around let's make it 10 and change this to 10. Don't leave your money in the bank, invest in farming. Okay, so you can actually add whatsoever text you want when you are done with this. This is how easy it is. This is how easy it is to make something as beautiful as this. Alright guys, I hope you understand everything. Just in case I was so fast, you can take your time to rewind the video and pick as many things as possible that you actually didn't understand. Thank you for staying to the end of this project, and I'm going to see you in the next project. So in the next project is going to be a bonus project, and I'll see you there.